Hello, it's been a few days since we went and picked up our new van. I thought I would sit down and film a little intro, talk a little bit about us if you're new here, our plans with this van, and talk about the van itself as well. So, it's a Fiat Ducato 21 plate. It's an L4 H2 2.3 140 brake. The last two things don't make any sense to me, however my husband said to mention it, so if it means anything to you, there you go. We're the Bannings. I'm Serena. We are a family of 5 based in the UK, and we are going to be turning this regular Fiat Ducato van into a family camper van to be able to travel the UK and hopefully further afield. But we haven't got that far with the plans yet because we've got a lot of work to do. The last couple of days we have been putting the last 4 months worth of plans that we've written down and drawn out on pieces of paper into the van. So we have marked out our desired plan. So I think that is the next thing to do, is show you inside the van what it's currently looking like, and yeah, then we can get on with the build because we just want to get going now. The longer it takes us to get started, the longer it's going to take us to get on the road and have our first family adventure. So anyway, let's go in, shall we, and show you around. So we have 3 plans of lots of different things on the wall. All our electrics and water on this one, of where it's all gonna go. We've got, well, this was the actual first lot of plans that we were coming up with before we even bought the van. And these measurements are wrong because we were originally gonna go for an L3, but when we were drawing out these layouts, we realized that everything that we want in the van wouldn't fit, and it wouldn't give us enough room. So the layout that we are going with is this layout here. This layout, again, is the same one because we know that this is the rough idea of what we're going with. Drew's drawn on here the front of the van and the lights, so he was getting involved. But the main reason why we done this one was for the windows, as you can see down here. So the highlighted green ones are the ones that we've actually already ordered. So that's good. So yeah, but they're just here. They will have to come down at some point, probably today actually. As you see this van, apart from the seats here and a Mr. B there, this is how we bought the van. So it already had all the ply down, the wheel arches boxed. So a really nice clean van. If you're looking for a van, or if you've just purchased a van, then you will know it's hard to find the van that you want in a reasonable condition and with really good mileage. So yeah, that's why it took us, how long, 5 months to find this van? Yeah. A very long time. So you just hang out for the right one. If you're still looking, it will come. I know it feels like it won't, but it will. There's your first challenge if you are, you know, looking at doing this. We're going to show you the plan as such. Charlie's going to film so that I can show you and talk about everything. He might talk behind the camera with sizes and things if I forget. So first thing, extra chairs. This obviously is a big thing because we are a family of 5. We all want to travel in the van, so finding a pair of seats was our first challenge. I found these on Facebook Marketplace. They were up for 100. We managed to get them at a discount for 80. And they're out of a Ford Transit minibus. And the thing that we liked about these was it does already have the 2 belts. The problem that we found originally was if you buy the 2 seats that are currently in the front of a normal van, the belt is attached to the actual van itself. So that means that if you buy these 2 seats, you're only going to have the 1 belt. So,
and to have the belt fitted is quite difficult, and with MOTs and things like that, they do prefer that they are structurally fitted, so there's no problems with like legislation or anything MOT wise, because it hasn't been cobbled together. It's a factory fitted seatbelt with all the correct mountings and stuff.
That was our first bargain, and we actually bought these before the van.
Yeah, about a month before.
Yeah, the boys have got a decent amount of space, and even Taylor, who is, how tall is he?
5'10".
Yeah, he's still got space. I mean, I'm only 5 foot, so but yeah, the kids have got enough space, and we're going to be putting a table for them to be able to do schoolwork, colouring, anything like that while we are travelling. We have masked out window here. This is actually bigger than what we've gone for. This is the height. We've gone for 400 by 700, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's a smaller window, however, it's in proportion for this area, and the windows that we've gone for are, Charlie knows behind the camera more than I do.
Adventurer, curved frame.
Curved frame, and they are the ones that push out.
Push outwards.
And not a sliding window. So, yeah, we ordered them last night.
Yeah. So
hopefully they'll be here soon. This side, window size we are going for is 1000 by 500. So a pretty big window. It's going to fill this whole space really. Again, it's exactly the same make as that side, and it will open and push out, so not a sliding one. We're going to have our kitchen here. Again, we've not gone too wide. We want to have a decent size to be able to get in and out. As you can see, we've got 2 lines here. We weren't sure if we were going to do a 40 worktop or a 50, and I think we're going to go for a 50, aren't we? We've decided.
You seem to have enough space.
Yeah, because this is a pretty decent walkway coming here, and then it widens out anyway. Another plan that we were going to go for that we've decided that we're not now, because we want it to be quite open. So we were originally going to have a cupboard, the fridge a little bit higher, a microwave, but we've decided just to go with a lower fridge and have the microwave up there. As you come in, be able to see down the end of the van. That's what we thought would be better, didn't we? We're going to have a removable hob, so it's not going to be in there as well, so that I've got a decent size amount of worktop to be able to do cups of tea, sandwiches and all that sort of stuff. Whereas if you put a hob there, you're sort of limiting your space. So
it'd be an induction hob, as we're going to be going gasless.
There you go. So he's behind the camera for something, because I would have forgot about that.
Yeah.
Let's go over to this side. So this is something that if we had got an L3, we would have not been able to have. In an L3, we wouldn't have this extra space here, which we're going to have as a tall unit to be able to house all our clothes. And also our toilet is going to slide in and out of there as well. So meaning when we're having a shower, we've actually got this whole space to be able to have a shower and not work around a toilet and it being really cramped. So there'll be like a little door which the toilet will go in underneath our wardrobe space, which will then be from like here, probably a little bit lower actually, because the toilet's not that high, is it?
No.
And all the way up, and we'll have some shelves in there or cupboards or whatever. Haven't made that decision yet, but some sort of wardrobe there, toilet in and out on runners, and then yeah, this whole space for a shower. We have said with the whole water tank and the heater and things like that, it's not going to be a place that we're going to be showering a lot of the time, but we've got the option to be able to have a shower in here if we want one. If we turn up to a campsite that we don't like the facilities of or anything like that, we've got the option to be able to at least have a shower. So yeah, we're going for that. And then, do you want to come this way and we'll spin around each other? You've got your walkway from the chairs all the way down, and then this is the main bed seating area. Sorry if the lighting's changed, the sun was blaring through there, so we've opened that door and closed these ones. But as I was saying, this back area is going to be our family and sleep-in area. One thing that we wanted to make sure that we were doing in our van was having a space that we can all sit as a family, be able to eat. If it's raining outside, which if we're in the UK and we're travelling in the winter, then probably a place that we could sit, watch movies together, play cards, ball games and all that sort of thing. So that was a big thing on my plan, that I wanted to be able to have this area. And I think on each of these plans that we've got on the wall, that this whole back bit has not changed at all. It's been like the one thing that stayed the same, hasn't it, in all of the plans. So we'll be having a table here in the middle where I'm standing, and then from here, which is the wheel arch, all the way to the back is 5 foot. We did say, didn't we, if we were really like struggling for space, we could make that smaller by having that as a 4'6",
which is a standard bed.
Yeah, double.
Whereas with 5 foot it'd be king size.
A little bit bigger. So yeah, this will be 2 sofas and then a smaller one here at the back. So it'll be a nice U shape, table in the middle that will go down and then make our bed. So it'll be a 5 foot bed. But it'll be a lovely seating area as a family, as I said, to eat and play games and stuff like that and make into our bed. The boys' bed, this is the thing that we still haven't yet, we have made a decision, but it's just how we're going to go about doing it, isn't it? Yeah. Charlie's nodding behind the camera. Until we get these panels off, we can't exactly say how we're going to do it, but we want to have a bed that is going to be on the ceiling and come down for the 2 youngest boys. The way we're doing that, we're not 100% sure. Obviously they do have the electrical ones, but they're just too expensive. It would be lovely to be able to do that. Press a button, it comes down. But we have seen, or I have found another way of being able to do it, which will be a lot cheaper. But how we're going to do it, we don't know yet. But keep watching, see how we do it. But yeah, so then it will basically be 2 double beds here. And then Taylor, he's 18, he works. He won't be with us all the time, but when he is with us, he will use the free front cab seats as his bed. That is sort of the plans that we've got. Charlie's just said, I didn't mention the back window. So we will be having 2 windows back here. I forgot to mention them. They're going to be 500 by 45, aren't they?
500 by 450, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, 500 by 450. Again, these windows are going to be exactly the same as the 2 side windows, so they will push out, not slide in. Again, that was something that we were talking about. Did we want windows? But when you're in it and when you've got the doors closed, I think this area would have been so dark. So yeah, we definitely want to go for the windows. And also, if you're going somewhere picturesque and you know you've backed in and your view's all out there, you can't see it unless you open the doors. And then if you're in England or well anywhere, if it starts raining you've got to close the doors, whereas if the doors are closed and you've got windows, then at least you can still see the view if the weather's not that great to be able to open the doors. So yeah, we've gone for windows out the back as well. So 2 there, 2 there, that's 4 windows. We've got a maxi fan on the way as well that's going to go at the front, on the very front panel there. And also a push-up
extractor fan.
I was going to say, do you call it an extractor fan?
Yeah, it is really.
We were, again, I'm in an R-ring whether or not to get the light, but the 2 youngest boys would not be able to reach that. I mean, I'm even going to struggle to push that up. So, yeah, we've decided to just go for the one without a light, and we'll put a light in there, won't we?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then obviously all the electrics and water. Charlie's the best one to talk about that, really. We're thinking electric this side, aren't you?
Yeah. Inverters, batteries and DC to DC and all the other malarkey all tucked around that area.
Yeah, we're hoping to be able to get it all in this corner and maybe this back section here. Being able to keep this free for storage, and then this side the water heater so that you're keeping obviously the electric and water separated. And then obviously from there you can just run the water
to the shower,
and then across the floor to then run down to the sink down there. But yeah, that's our layout really. We are going to film the whole process, so if you aren't already subscribed then do subscribe, because this is going to be one hell of a journey. And if you've done it, then let us know what do you think of our layout. Yeah, we're just excited to get going really. Charlie's itching at the bit to get to Wicks's to be able to start the floor. That's the first thing, isn't it? Take all the panels off. Beam, is that the right word? Beam
yeah, we've
floor.
got to batten it, insulate it, and then put the ply back down. Luckily this ply is brand new.
Yeah.
It's the right size, so it's literally going to go straight back down.
Yeah. That's quite a lot of money saved, really, for all this ply that was on it. Also, I haven't mentioned, as we're doing things, if we've bought anything on the day, we will mention that in the vlog, but I think what we will do is, at the end of the build, we will do a proper van tour and a breakdown of price, because we're going to keep everything, aren't we? We're writing down how much everything is costing. Anyway, I think we're going to end that here, aren't we? I'm sure there are things that I haven't mentioned, but as we go through the build we will mention things, I think. But yeah, we'll end that clip here. First panel out. Bottom we have the original panelling, which is handy, and then the panelling that was on the top of the door there, over there, and either side of the doors at the back can be used for probably along the top here, so that we're making use of that. The only thing that we weren't able to get out were these. Charlie didn't have the right fit in, so these are the anchor points in there, so they're all down each side. That one looks a bit rusty, but yeah, they need to come out, but we just haven't got the right fit in at the moment. We're going to give it a good clean sweep, clear it all out, get it all prepped and ready to be battened.
Right, Mrs. Mop. Cut the stubborn bits of glue that we cannot get off. That little bit there. There's one up in that corner, but there's no dirt on it. At least we've got a nice solid base to start now. Ground down all the rust, little bubbles that were here and there. In this corner. Obviously, something spilled. That's it, really. A bit of hammerite here and there. Okay.
Do we look tired yet?
Day one.
Snap. Myself and Charlie have just sat and enjoyed the sun for about 45 minutes. He's just headed back into the van to get all the holes prepared, ready for the paint, hammerite, something like that. Here comes the sun again. Got a lovely roast chicken cooking, so I'm sat by the door so that I can keep an eye on that. But but I thought I'd just let him get started and then we'll head back in and have a little nose of what he gets done.
So we're going to use Hammerite metal paint. It's smooth white finish to match the van. So
using one of the kids' craft
paintbrushes, which is just a nice size. And what I'm going to do, because I'm going to be popping rivets into these holes, I'm going to blob the paint in now, like so. A little bit around the rivet, pop the rivet in, and do the biz.
We had to buy this especially to do this job, didn't we?
Yeah,
tool.
I did have one, but I could not find it for love nor money.
Somewhere at work.
Yeah. Voila. Job's a good one. And then a little bit of paint over the top. And that's perfectly sealed.
I'm going to leave Charlie to get on. I'm going to finish the roast dinner and we will see you tomorrow for day 2. Today we are going to be working on the floor. We've been to Wix's first thing. So we've gone for a 25mm batten and also insulation board. So we're going to glue down the battens to the floor and then pop that inside it. We do have some pipe work ready for water. If I'm honest, I'm not 100% sure what he's doing, but he'll tell you that anyway. I'm just the messenger at the moment. Making a cup of tea, gonna put some bacon on and have a bacon sandwich. Put our heads together and decide what we're doing, or he'll be telling me actually what we're doing. And yeah, go from there. All hands on deck today.
Down onto them lumpy bits.
Maybe a little bit softer next time.
Make me focus.
Does it fit?
Perfect.
I think,
Yeah, it does fit.
it does fit. So well done, Freddie.
Well done, Fred.
Squeeze. That's it. Next one.
Good boy, Jude.
That's it. Good blob here. Next blob. That's it. Well done.
Okay. Oh,
Well done.
look at that.
That's it.
Blub, 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 blub.
That's it. And now we've got to put the piece of wood on top of it. Joys of working with your partner. As you would have seen before this clip, I hoovered out the van, and on the first piece,
Trial and error. There just happened to be a lot of error.
the insulation is everywhere in the van. Everywhere. I went in for like 5 minutes to start dinner.
I've got to be honest, they make it look so much easier on the telly.
It doesn't even
Well,
fit
actually,
that well.
you don't see them doing it. That's the thing.
You chose the hardest piece to
I
start
did
with
choose
as
the
well.
hardest piece.
So
Right. Okay.
it's all up from here, right?
Yeah, the rest is simple.
So this video is going to finish how it started, me sitting in the van with a cup of tea. Get used to it, because if you are an OG then you know I do love a cup of tea, and it's very rare that you see me without a cup in my hand. So it's actually currently the next day. Around 6:30 last night we decided to put everything in the van and go inside and call it quits. It was starting to get really cold. Myself and Charlie were absolutely knackered at that point. We were measuring the size for the installation, going outside, marking on to the installation itself, doing one bit and then forgetting what the next measurement was. So that was a sign to me that we were both getting tired, and things were just starting to go wrong, like cutting the board. However, by the last couple I was getting the hang of it. Charlie was trying to use a Stanley blade, but I went in and got a bread knife because I thought that would be easier to cut it with, and it was. So basically these boards, if you're thinking about getting them, or if you've used them, then you know they are a little bit of a pig to cut. However, you don't actually need to get the blade all the way through it. You can just like score it and then bend it and cut the other side of this. I don't know the names of everything. Oh, there's the wind shutting the door. But this silver foily bit, you just need to then score again with the knife the other side. Because how the beams are on the floor, all of the bits in the middle where we're putting the insulation are all different sizes as well, which is a bit of a pig because every single time you have to be measuring, so it's taking a little bit longer. Charlie's been messaging me throughout the day. He is at work today, saying other bits and pieces that we've ordered has turned up, like the insulation for the walls and the sound deadening as well, which is good. And I think he just messaged saying that the diesel heater had arrived as well. So that's what we want to try and do next week. We do only technically have about 3.5 days that we can work on the van together. So if I can do jobs like this on my own, then I'm going to take the chance and do it. Also, before I end this vlog, I thought I would quickly talk a little bit about how these are going to work. So I'm going to upload them weekly, and I'm going to call them Operation Ducato, because that's what we've been calling the project, the van build. It's kind of stuck, so yeah, that's what we're going to call it. And we have actually come up with a name for our van. It seems popular in the van life community to name your vehicles. I know a lot of people name their cars and stuff like that anyway, but we have decided to call our van Dino the Ducato. And I'm actually, while I am filming this, I haven't yet done it, but maybe by the time that this has uploaded, we are going to open up a separate Instagram account from our family one, which is at the Banning family. So if you don't already follow us there, go over, follow us there. But also there may be a second profile, which will be Dino the Ducato on Instagram as well, where I will just be posting all the renovation pictures and stuff. Hopefully a few reels, which will probably go up before the vlog, so you'll get like a little teaser of the following week's vlog as well, hopefully. So yeah, I can just see that this project is going to take over our lives, and our lives are busy anyway, so yeah, it's just trying to fit things in as I am today. Going to try and get a few hours, maybe an hour or so in here today, just doing a few bits, and maybe tomorrow I can come in and do the same in the afternoon. But because we have left it later on in the year, obviously it's September, we're going to start getting darker evenings, so it's not even like something that we can do in the evening when Charlie's got home from work. But anyway, I'm going to end this here because it's been quite rambly already. I'm going to get on and try and get a few pieces cut and in, and we will see you next week for the next stage of Operation Ducato. But if you don't already follow us on Instagram, as I said, do head over, give us a follow, Hit subscribe here if you aren't a OG, and do leave us a comment down below. We do love hearing from you all. Let us know if you have any ideas of maybe things that we haven't mentioned, or things that we have mentioned and you know a better or an easier way of doing anything. I know at the beginning of this vlog I did mention like the layout, so yeah, if there's anything that you think, oh, maybe they'll quite like that or whatever, then yeah, please do leave them down in the comments, and we will see you next week for week 2. Thank you ever so much for watching. Bye for now. 32 and a